Okay, hi guys, welcome back. As you guys know, last class period we did introduction to logarithms and derivatives. So today's video will be about the rules for different log functions. So you're going to have log properties. Our first property is the log of a to the b plus the log of a to the c is equal to the log of a, b, c. Please note how these two logs have the same basis and you just multiply the values of the logs as in this. The second property that we should know is the subtraction property. With the log of base a of b minus the log of base a of c is equal to the log of base a of b over c. And the third property, please note the same basis for the logs here as well. The third property is n log a to the x is equal to log a to the x raised to the nth power. N is just a constant or any number and or variable. The log base is the same as the log base on the right hand side of the equation. All we do is move the exponent to the front, which is legal for these log properties. Knowing these properties is important to know how to separate them, because you could also see an equation looking like the left hand side and easily change it to the right hand side, or an equation looking like the right hand side and easily change it to the left hand side. For example, if you see a log base 4 of BC, this will be equal to the log base 4 of B plus the log base 4 of C. This is extremely useful information, so please make note of this for next period's class. Now, we're going to move on to derivatives. And there are 3 basic rules that we must always know. The first rule is the product rule. This states that f of x, which is a function, is equal to u of x, v of x. This dot means times. So if you have two functions being multiplied together, the derivative, which is f prime of x, is equal to u prime of v plus u v prime. This is a v. Sorry, that doesn't look right. What we notice is that each function each value within the function gets its turn to get the derivative of it. So if one function is 5x and the next function is 6, each value of the function gets its turn to get derived. The second rule is the quotient rule. This states that f of x, which is a function where it is u of x divided by v of x, which is also equal to u over v. The derivative of this, which is f prime of x, could be simply written as u prime of, this is a u, prime of v minus u v prime over v squared. You might see some similarities between the product rule and the quotient rule, but the only difference is there's a minus and it is also divided by a v prime. This should be noted and not be mistaken for the product rule. The last rule, which is also the most trickiest rule, is the chain rule. Sorry, my ink is kind of running out. Which states where f of x is equal to u of v of x. This is a function in a function. How we normally know g composed of f is equal to g of f of x, similar to this. So the derivative of this, f of x, is equal to the outer function prime times the inner function unchanged multiplied by the derivative of the inner function. So each function gets a chance. The outer derivative times the inner function unchanged times the derivative of the inner function, sorry. So with these two different properties, please take note for next class where we'll be doing some examples of these. Bye.